All right, Shalom. Call him like Nagi, how about Shem Yoshai, about Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone who well, peace, blessings, and salutations goes to the hopeful let that scattered abroad. All right, to you brothers out there pushing the truth with all righteousness and sincerity, and to the outwalk the feast sisters that are listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. Coming back at you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Go into edifying the faith and lands of Yahweh Shem Yoshai through the spirit of Rakakadash of praise. Let's be edifying and straight to the point. All right, so we're going to continue to talk about the M.O.T.B, man. All right, and this is a subject we should be talking about, man. All right, because hey, these devils, the elites, all right, and you know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get rid of this old monetary system, all right, and they're trying to put in their digital monetary system, all right, which is going to lead to the central bank digital currency, which is going to eventually lead to the M.O.T.B, all right, that is spoken of in Revelation 13:16. Okay, so hey, we the prophets, all right, we have to sound the alarm. And we got to continue to sound that alarm until this thing happens, man. And we're very close to this happening, all right? We're getting very close to this, these devils implementing the M.O.T.B, man. All right, so without further ado, let's read a little bit of this article. This is from blacklistednews.com. It says the top 3 outcomes as the elites try to reset the international monetary system. All right, they're trying to bring in the NWO. All right, so without further ado, let's read a little bit of this. All right. It says it's self-evident that fiat currency system centered on the U.S. dollar is self-destructing at an alarming rate. Exactly. So hey, this digital, it's lucky, not the digital, but the fiat currency, this petrodollar is dying, man. Okay. All right. And this is all being done by design. Okay. These devils trying to get rid of the petrodollar so they can bring in the digital dollar. All right, which is going to be backed up by central bank digital currency, all right, CBDC, which is going to eventually lead to the micro CHIP, all right, the M.O.T.B, all right. Let's continue. It says after more than 50 years, it's long past in the end of itself a like a carton of spoiled milk. Even the elites running the system can see that and are openly talking about what they like to see come next. That's why there's all this talk about a reset. All right, reset what? This economy. All right, because when this old economy crashed, they got to put something else into place. And all right, we all know what that's going to be put in place. That digital reset. Okay, as the current international monetary systems falter, the way I see it, there are 3 possible outcomes. Outcome 1, central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and international monetary funds, special drawing rights, SDR, replacing the US dollar as the world's new reserve currency. This is the elite's preferred outcome. Exactly. All right. Because, hey, when Aaron Russo interviewed Nick Rockefeller back in the 80s, what did Nick Rockefeller tell Aaron Russo? All right. He wanted everybody CHIPPED. All right. So, hey, this is what's coming. Okay. Slocky. Outcome 2, a reluctant monetization of gold. Central bankers don't want to go back to gold, but they will have no choice if their fiat system collapses, forcing their hands. Outcome 3, Bitcoin is the wild card. A Bitcoin standard could spontaneously emerge regardless of what the elites want. Bitcoin is an entire new asset people are adopting as money because it is superior monetary properties. Notably, it is totally resistant to inflation. All right, and really, they're gonna get rid of Bitcoin because hey, they don't want nobody operating outside of this NWO. Okay, so eventually they're gonna get rid of Bitcoin. Okay, it says it's a good. It excuse me. It is good to keep Bitcoin long-term monetization trend in mind. However, both gold and Bitcoin will likely do very well in the short and medium term as fiat currencies loses value. No, they're not. All right. Bitcoin and gold, all right, Hey, you think, like I said, you think these people are gonna let these people operate outside of the NWO? I don't think so. And it's not gonna happen. All right. And like it tells you in the Bible, they're gonna cast. And you know what? Let's get a quick scripture because, like it tells you, all right, they're gonna cast their silver and their gold, all right, out in the streets because it ain't worth anything. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go to Ezekiel 7 and I'm gonna get straight to the point. All right, Ezekiel 7 and verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord Yahweh's wrath. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowls, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. All right, so their silver and their gold, all right, is not going to be able to deliver these devils, man. All right, let's go to another scripture. Let's go to Isaiah. I think it's Isaiah 2 and verse. Let's see. I'm going to start at verse 19. Isaiah 2 and 19. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for the fear of the Lord Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. All right. And that's when Yahweh comes back, man. All right. These devils, these elites, they're going to go hiding. All right. Like it tells you in Amos 9, the second, ninth chapter, in the second verse. All right, though they dig into hell, then shall my hands take them, and though they climb up to heaven, then shall my my then shall I bring them down. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, so the Lord Yahweh is gonna, hey, gather these devils out of the holes of the rocks, man. All right, especially when those missiles starts to fly. All right, in Revelation chapter 6. All right, when these missiles start to fly, that's when these devils really gonna go running into those caves. All right, verse 20. In that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. All right. So hey, with silver and gold ain't gonna be able to say these devils, man. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the article. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, let's get down here. It says, however, for this analyst, I am concerned with the coming monetary reset the elites are trying to push off as the current monetary system fails, which seems to be a more immediate trend. All right, these devils coming down with great rap because they know they got a short time. And of course, they got to push this fast. And Lord, how about Shah is going to put it in these devils' spirit to push this fast because they know they got a short time to rule. Okay, let's read on. As unfortunate as it seems, central banks still wield enormous control over money and finance. Over the long term, Bitcoin has a realistic chance to render central banks and fiat currency obsolete. However, in the more immediate time frame, central banks are in a position to reset the monetary system and try to bridge the gap to a new one they hope to control. All right. And this is what they want to control people's spending. All right. Control what you do with the money, everything else. All right. And they want to put you in that database system, man. All right. So they can keep an eye on you. That's surveillance. Okay. Let's read on. It says, the way I see it, they would prefer to extend the life of the fiat currency system with CBDCs and SDRs. So they're trying that first, although I don't think that will be viable. Simply put, the the current currency system is not viable. They are fiat and fiat on steroids. Central bank digital currencies and SDRs will not be viable either. CBDCs and SDR will be enable even more currency database, which will be positive for monetary alternatives like gold and Bitcoin. All right, let's see. It says, don't be on the wrong side of the biggest wealth transfer in history. As this all unfolds, we are looking at the biggest wealth transfer in history. And those holding US dollars and other fiat currencies will be on the losing end. Exactly, because they're about to get rid of this petrodollar. Okay? All right? All the values stored in US dollars, euros, and other fiat currencies will be sipped, sipped out and transferred elsewhere. This process is already well underway. Exactly. It is well underway, man. This system is already here. It's already put in place. So these devils eventually they're gonna implement this thing. Okay? It's ready to be rolled out real soon. Okay? I'm not gonna read all of this. Let's see. So the point's been made in this. I'm not gonna read all of this. All right, the point's been made. I'll put the rest in the description box. You can read it. But hey, what these devils are trying to plan ain't gonna come to pass, man. All right, it's not gonna come to pass. All right, and we're not ignorant of Esau's devices. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Least Satan should gain an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of these devil's schemes and their devices. Okay. All right, we know what these devils are up to, and we know what they're coming with. All right, let's go to Revelations 12 and 12. Excuse me. Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. This devil knows that he got a short time to rule. This devil knows that he got a short time to fulfill this NWO. So, hey, these devils about to speed things up. But this is all being done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? Like it tells you in Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And it said, those days shall be shortened. There shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. The days are being shortened for the elect's sake, man. Okay? So we're about to get the hell up out of here. All right? We ain't got long. All right? This is Psalms chapter 33 and verse 10. The Lord Yahweh shall bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. Their plans, all right? What they're trying to do. And these elites, they're not going to fulfill this NWO, okay? Excuse me. This is Job chapter 5 and verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And what's that enterprise? All right? The NWO, all right? Is what these devils trying to fulfill, okay? All right? They're not going to fulfill this reset and what they're trying to do. Reset the economy, reset everything, all right? Trying to CHIP everyone, all right? And it's not going to work, all right? It's going to work on 2/3 of our people and the heathens and these Edomites, but it's not going to work on the elect, man. The hopeful elect. The 144,000 and the 1/3 hopeful elect, men, women, and children, okay? All right, let's read on. This is Psalms chapter 21, verse 8. Thy hand shall find out all thy enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Who's the right hand? Yahweh Shai. Verse 9. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. The Lord Yahweh Shai shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. What's going to devour them? The ICBM nuclear missiles and the lasers being fired from the chariots. Okay. Verse 10. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, their descendants. All right. And Esau's descendants, hey, Esau ain't gonna have no descendants, man. Okay. This devil's gonna have 1,000 years of brutal slavery, and then after this 1,000 years are up, they're gonna be Obadiah verse 18. All right. They're gonna become Obadiah verse 18. They're gonna be rounded up, burnt up, never be seen or heard from again. All right. And their seed from among the children of men. Verse 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. All right. And what's that mischievous device? Okay. That mischievous device is the NWO. All right. Let's get a translation on this. All right. All right. 21. Of course, that got to pop up. All right, verse 8. This is Psalms chapter 21 and verse 8. All right. The king will capture all his enemies. He will capture everyone who hates him. All right. And who's this king talking about? Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, let's read on. Verse 9. He will destroy them like a blazing fire when he appears. The Lord Yahweh Shai will devour them in his anger, and the fire will consume them. All right, like it tells you in Isaiah 66 and verse 15 and 16. The Lord comes with fire in his chariots like a whirlwind, to rend his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. And by fire and by sword will the Lord Yahweh Shai plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be many. All right, so hey. The death is going to be many, all right? 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed on this side, all right? But they're going to be reborn in the kingdom in their right minds, okay? All right? The heathens, all right? The heathens, the low-level heathens, all right? And the low-level Edomites, they're going to be destroyed. But the elites, all right? These elites, the Edomite elites, they're going to survive. And they're going to be the first fruits of slavery. Because like I said earlier, these devils are going to flee into those cave bunkers, those doomsday bunkers. All right, the elites, all right, in other parts of the world, okay, they're gonna flee to their doomsday bunkers, all right. When the New Jerusalem come down, the 144,000 mighty men come down. What we gonna do? We're gonna get them out of those rocks and them holes and those caves, all right. And they gonna be the first fruits of slavery, along with the heathen that survive, all right. The destruction that's coming up on the earth, okay. They gonna be the first fruits of slavery, all right. And hey. Anybody that's over here in Babylon, yeah, they're not going to survive. All right. Verse 10, none of their descendants will survive. The king will kill them all. Okay. Not all of them. Okay. Like I said, only a remnant of Esau and these heathens are going to survive. Like it tells you in Amos 9:12. All right. And I'm going to get that scripture to prove that. All right. Verse 11. They make their plans and plot against him, but they will not succeed. All right. And what's their plans? The NWO. All right. Let's go to that scripture. Like I said, I was going to go to. Because, like I said, only, hey, these Edomites are going to remain. Okay. Let's get this. This is Amos 9 and verse. Actually, I'm going to start at verse C. Actually, hold on. You know what? I'm going to have to start at verse 8. All right. Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh, because the Lord Yahweh hath preserved a remnant. Okay? All right? The sinful kingdom is talking about America, Babylon the Great. All right? The scripture goes twofold. Okay? Verse 9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel from among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sea. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. The elect. All right. The elect is not, hey, like the Lord said, you're not going to be able to pluck the Lord's elect out of his hand. Okay. All right. Verse 10. All the sinners of my people, 2/3, shall die by the sword. That ultimate sword is the ICBM nuclear missiles. All right. Which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Verse 11. In that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. That third temple is spiritually being built right now. All right. The men of the Lord. All right. The prophets. All right. Rebuilding that spiritual temple. All right, not like that one that those 1948 is talking about. They're about to start building. All right, that's not what that's talking about. All right, that temple is already being built. That spiritual temple, and that's the men of the Lord, man. All right, the 144,000 hopeful elect. All right, the men that are going to become kings and priests upon the earth. Okay, all right. Verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, because there's going to be a remnant left, all right? Like I said, the low-level Edomites over here in Babylon, they're going to die over here by the ICBM nuclear missiles, all right? Along with the heathen over here and the 2/3 Israelites over here. Nothing's going to survive over here, But in the other parts of the world, all right, where these heathens, all right, these Edomites, and of course you got some Israelites that are scattered amongst the heathen that look like the heathen, they're gonna survive. All right. Now, those are gonna be sifted out. All right. The Israelites that are scattered amongst the heathen that look like the heathen, they're gonna be sifted out. Okay. But the heathens and these Edomites over there in the other parts of the world, they're gonna be preserved to go into captivity. Okay. All right, which are called by my name, said the Lord Yahweh Shai that do this. Okay, so hey, you're gonna have Israelites that are gonna be saved over here in Babylon. All right, that's where the bulk and majority of the elect are. All right, now you got some elect that's also in the spirit world, and you also got some of the hopeful elect that are also scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, all right, there you go. Excuse me. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right, the spirit of his mouth is the mouthpiece of the Lord. All right, the prophets. All right, this devil is being consumed by this word. All right, and then eventually, when Yahushua comes back, the Lord Yahweh Yahushua is going to do the rest. Verse 9, even him who is coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right, those miracles, those false miracles. Okay. Verse 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. All right, 2/3 don't want to receive this truth. Okay. Verse 11, and for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie. Okay, so let's get this in the Good News Translation. Come on, there we go. Okay, Second Thessalonians chapter 2. I'm gonna get straight to the point. All right, verse 8. Actually, let me read verse 7. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 7 in the Good News Translation. The mysterious wickedness is already at work. All right. But what is going on? But what is going to happen will not happen until the one who holds it back to take is taken out of the way. And who's this talking about? Esau, the so-called white man. Okay. And this devil is about to be taken out of the way. Verse 8. Then the wicked one will be revealed. Who's the wicked one? Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Esau is the border of wickedness. Malachi 1:4. So this is talking about Esau, the so-called white man. But when the Lord Yahushua comes, he will kill him with the breath of his mouth. All right. He's already being, all right, destroyed by this word and by the breath of his mouth. The prophets, the men of the Lord, and destroy him with his dazzling presence. All right, when the Lord Yahushua comes on the fathership chariot along with the host of angels. Okay, all right. Verse 9: the wicked one will come with power, with the power of Satan, and perform all kinds of false miracles and wonders. What's those false miracles, man? All right, the first false miracles is when you taking that M.O.T.B to the B. Okay, all right, that's that false miracle. All right, this devil's trying to get you to take. He's saying you that he can heal you, can do this for you. All right, you're better off. All right, you can do this and do that. But hey, this is all a trap, man. Okay, this is all a trap. Verse 10, and use every kind of wicked deceit, lies on those who will perish. They will perish because they did not welcome and love the truth so as to be saved. And that's 2/3 of our people. Okay. Verse 11. And so Yahweh send the power of error to work in them so that they believe what is false. And hey, 2/3 of our people are going to believe this devil when the time comes, man. Okay. All right. All right. So let's go to the last two scriptures. All right. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and its number is 603 score and six. Okay? And we all know what that M-A-R-K is. All right? The M-O-T to the B, the C-H-I-P, the C-HIP. Okay? All right, this devil is trying to implement. All right, this is Revelations 14, verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen and is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, the philosophies, all right, of Babylon the Great America. These nations are drunk of the wine, the philosophies, the false doctrines of Babylon the Great, okay, which is America, okay. Verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So you're gonna be left here to burn, man. All right, and that lake of fire, which is gonna be here in Babylon, the Great America, them ICBM nuclear missiles and the lasers being fired from the chariots, man. If you take this M.O.T. to the B, okay, when the time comes, okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave the list. I'm gonna leave it here. All right. So Lord willing, I pray his lesson was edifying and straight to the point. All praises and glorifications goes to Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations goes to the hopeful let that scattered abroad. See you with another lesson soon, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharala Shalom Wa Ba about a one DTA about ball. Boom. Shalom till next time. Shalom.